It's a Mac Man Morning Show. 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 Sitting at home or you in your car. It's a Mac Man Morning Show. No matter if you get far. It's a Mac Man Morning Show. You better tune in quick or you might just miss. It's a Mac Man Morning Show. The best show this side of the sea. It's the Mac Man Morning Show. It's a 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 Mac Man Morning Show. Sitting at home or you in your car. It's a Mac Man Morning Show. No matter if you get far. It's a Mac Man Morning Show. You better tune in quick or you might just miss. It's a Mac Man Morning Show. The best show this side of the sea. It's the Mac Man Morning Show. It's a 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 Mac Man Morning Show.
And good morning to everyone. This is WKRA 92.7 on your FM dial. I am James Mack. This is the Mac Man Morning Show. Oh, TGIF. Thank God it is Friday. It's Friday. It's Friday. We're here at another week. It seemed like the week went kind of fast, but nevertheless, to say we're just grateful to be here. Good morning to everyone that's listening to us on WKRA 92.7 on your FM dial. And everyone that's in Panola, Quitman, Tate County, all of those counties, Lafayette, down there in over in Marshall County, especially in Marshall County. Hello to everyone in Marshall County, DeSoto County, all of you that are listening, whether you're in your homes, your places of business, or wherever you may be on this great day. We'd like to say good morning to our YouTube listeners, all of you all that are here that come each and every morning, Monday through Friday at 9 o'clock a.m. Central Time to uh, greet us all as we start another day. And this is a day that we have had never to see again. So we should be grateful to have all of you here. I said what I said. Our chief correspondent is coming. She's just showed up for work. No, I'm just kidding. Good morning to. I said what I said. Good morning to you. Good morning. She's getting everything situated here. She's there. I
Good
like to
morning,
say
sir.
hello to. Okay, there you go. Okay, I was wondering. I said she's somewhere around here. Good morning to you. How are you?
Oh, I'm doing great, James. How you doing today?
Great, great. It's Friday. Y'all act like it's Friday around here. Put Friday in the chat. Living for the weekend. I can't sing. That's what the OJs sing. I should have put that song on. I've been feeling kind of churchy lately. Not just lately, every day I do. I'm real grateful for the day that we do have. And this morning, just an affirmation. I haven't done one in a long time, but I wanted to do this. I saw this and I decided to use it. Those of you that are listening in on YouTube and watching, you can see it. But those of you that are listening by radio, hear these words spoken this morning. Today is Friday, September 20th, 2024. He did it again. He woke us up today. And it only takes 1 minute, just 1 minute, to give God thanks. Can I get an amen from somebody? I know y'all can't call in yet. We're working on that situation. With those of y'all in the chat, can you say amen for you? Just give them, just say amen. Out of all we've been through, out of all the things that go on around about us, boy, it's just good to know that there's somebody looking out for us, and that is our Heavenly Father on this morning. Good morning again to all of you that are listening. We have a wonderful day in the forecast. I want to get that out of the way. I want to say good morning to everyone. Hello, even those of you all that are in the bushes. I know that you're there. So, y'all say hello. We got a really wonderful broadcast for today, and that we're going to continue to. We're grateful for the series that we had this past week from our chief correspondent on the grandfather clause, letting us know that this is very, very, very important that we pay attention to the things that are happening round about us. And how did we get to where we are today with the right to vote after going through all the things that we're going through? And for those of you that had not seen the full series, go to James McMahon Morning Show and and get the video. Excuse me. And all of past videos that you would like to give. We've been on the air for almost 20 weeks now, and I think we are well beyond that or something. I haven't been counting lately, but we've been blessed to be here, and thank you for letting us be a part of your wonderful morning. Uh, and we're just going to elaborate a little bit on this weather. Listen here, under mostly sunny skies today, we're going to have a real nice day today. We're going to be back into the 90s this afternoon, by this afternoon, as our dry, stable weather pattern continues across the region after all the rain that we had. Fall officially arrives on Sunday. Cooler weather is just around the corner for next week. It's going to feel a little fall like they're predicting and saying. But the weekend will be sunny, warm, dry with the high in the 90s and the lows in the 70s. So enjoy your outdoor plans. Even tonight, enjoy yourself. There's no chances of rain. Go root your favorite high school or teams on. And let's have a wonderful weekend. I'm going to be at the Walls uh, Day Festival in Walls, Mississippi, this Saturday. I'm going to be there. I'm going to make an appearance there and say hello to the great city of Walls, the mayor, and all of the wonderful people there. I'm going to go there and say hello for those of you that are in our region. If you're not quite busy, come on over to Walls on Highway 61 uh, over in Walls in DeSoto County. You can take Goodman Road all the way to Highway 61, and you will be right there. You can't miss all the wonderful festivities. It was wonderful last year, and I'm going to go this year to represent the McMahon Morning Show and WKRA. They're part of our wonderful family, and we got great listeners all over North Mississippi. So y'all come on out, have some fun, go eat some things and cotton candies and all those other things. I don't know if they still got that. Do they still have that? I said what I said at festivals and things, cotton candies and all the Ferris wheels and stuff, or am I just old or something?
No,
Because
James,
don't
they
you
still
say
have
it?
two things could be true at one time, James. But yeah, they still have the cotton candy, and I'll digress
Yeah.
on that part. Actually, our fair is here also. I saw it all lit up last night. I think it's going to start tonight.
I think it's nice. Fall weather is nice. Yes, fishing is involved, and I ain't been fishing in so long. I need to go. I miss it. I miss going. I'd love to go fishing. How many of y'all like fishing in the chat? Uh, Good morning, Shane. How Shan? See, I heard y'all yesterday over at Miss T Bugs. thingamajig. You know, it's kind of dangerous over there. Somebody say, you need to go say hello. I ain't going over there. No, I'm just kidding. My friend, Lady T Bug, and all of those over there on her channel. We appreciate all the gracious support that you've given. You got to support each other. And there's nothing wrong with that. And when people come over, they don't have to listen to you. They don't have to come over. But it's a pleasure to know that I hear from people that talk so well. And I'm bringing this up to talk about our team. I got a notation from a listener talking about our chief correspondent uh, and our senior contributor, Brother Lee. And somebody said they act like they married or something. And I hollered. I said, what? And they like your chemistry and they like everything that they're doing. And I told them I was going to tell it. I said, I'm going to tell these people, tell what the folks said about y'all, that y'all the odd couple, y'all married. But it's so good to know that we have a great team. We're waiting for Brother Lee to come make his arrival to the studios. But because he has something real special for us today. And we're going to be talking about the industry and entertainment and comedy a little bit. Can they stand or handle the truth? Can you handle the truth? They can't handle the truth. And there's so much going on in our uh, after we signed off, there was so much news and things that were happening. I said what I said. You got some picks and some things you that you were working on. Could you fill us in a little bit? I know you got a couple of videos and some things that you wanted to talk about a little bit today. Go ahead and let's get into it this morning.
Okay, James. Well, one of the videos that we have available for everybody is a sheriff actually um, shot a judge
Oh
that
my
he
God.
worked with. Right. So I thought that was weird. So I don't
Yeah.
know. I guess they didn't have the chemistry that Lee and I have. And
No.
so,
Oh yeah. They shoot each other.
yeah, I guess their
Mhm.
chemistry was a little off on that one. But, not to make light of it, just to make a little light of it because the sheriff is actually unalive. So, he did him in for whatever reason.
Okay. Okay, Brother Lee made his arrival, y'all. Y'all thought Brother Lee wasn't coming. Brother Lee just a little dragon, and he's doing what he's doing. We welcome you into the studio. But yeah, but that's crazy though. So you want us to look? Can we look at this video right quick? Those of you that are listening and tuned in, y'all want to? What do you want me to do? I said what I said.
I'll go ahead and play it for you. Let's go ahead and look at it.
This is
Okay,
breaking news from
okay.
News Channel 11.
We're continuing to track that breaking news in Kentucky, where the Letcher County Sheriff is accused of shooting and killing a district judge inside the Letcher County Courthouse.
Kentucky State Police say 911 received a call about the shooting just before 3 p.m. today. Police confirmed that the shooting happened inside the county courthouse in Whitesburg, Kentucky. A preliminary investigation indicates Letcher County Sheriff Sean Steins fatally shot Judge Kevin Mullins following an argument inside the courthouse.
Life-saving measures were reportedly attempted, but they were unsuccessful. Mullins was pronounced dead at the courthouse. News Channel 11's Jayana Scurry has been in Letcher County all evening piecing together what happened. So, Jayana, Kentucky State Police gave an update about 8 this evening. What have you learned?
Yes, Sarah, Casey, the scene is now clear, but earlier this afternoon, the Letcher County Courthouse was surrounded by officers after what we're told the Letcher County Sheriff, Sean Steins, fired multiple shots at District Court Judge Kevin Mullins, killing him after an argument. A quiet afternoon at the Letcher County Courthouse turned violent. The cause still unknown.
The details I do not have at this time. We know that it was an argument between the two that led up, but what exactly transpired prior to the shots being fired, still things that we're trying to get answers to. Kentucky State Police Trooper Matt Gayhart says Letcher County Sheriff Sean Steins shot and killed District Judge Kevin Mullins inside of his judge's chamber within the courthouse. He says he also doesn't know if anyone else was in the judge's chambers, but there were multiple witnesses in the courthouse, and KSP wants to talk with everyone. Every witness that was inside the building will be interviewed as standard protocol throughout the investigation.
Gayhart says Sheriff Steins was arrested at the courthouse and is cooperating. He has been charged with 1 count of first-degree murder. Gayhart says he's not aware of an incident like this ever happening before in Letcher County.
We could use everybody's prayers, send prayers for the family that they get through this difficult time.
The Kentucky State Police is taking lead on this investigation. Now Judge Mullinson's body is being transported to a medical examiner's office where an autopsy is being done. Now Sheriff Steins remains in custody, but which correctional facility he's being transported to is not being shared at this time. Live in Whitesburg, Kentucky, Jayana Scurry, News Channel 11. Back to you all.
Thank you, Jayana. Kentucky Governor Andy Beshear has responded to the fatal shooting of the judge. In a post on social media, the governor wrote, quote, "Sadly, I have been informed that a district judge in Letcher County was shot and killed in his chambers this afternoon." The governor added, "There is far too much violence in this world, and I pray there is a path to a better tomorrow," end quote. We will continue to follow this story and keep you up to date as more information comes into our newsroom.
All right. Well, wow, that's something really dramatic. I wonder, I mean, this is a judge and the sitting sheriff. You mean they had a problem that bad that they had to get together and, wow, I said what I said. Could you give us some insight on what you know about this case?
James, that's all I know about because it just happened last night. And so the sheriff is just, you know, they're still investigating to find out, you know, what's going on with this. But I just can't imagine a sheriff shooting a judge. That's just really weird to me. I wonder, you know, what the dynamic was and, you know, what the problem was. I can't imagine how, you know, what he did to him to make him do something like that, you know.
It's crazy. I mean, you're sitting there, and these are the two gatekeepers of justice: the law enforcement and the justice system. And something is behind this, other than he just got up that morning, got his coffee, and got in a patrol car, go on over to the courthouse, and this happens. Oh, I just feel like I want to do something to somebody. Something's deeper behind this that might come out. I don't know. You know. In the world of P. Diddy and all the peoples that are doing what they're doing, which is real interesting. On yesterday, I didn't want to bring this up, but then again, I have to because this P. Diddy thing is really getting out of hand. I said what I said, and this was yesterday, and we give credit to Elizabeth Williams. Those of you all that can't see on the internet, we were putting up a drawing of what happened in court on yesterday with Mr. Sean P. Diddy Combs when he realized that he's not getting out of jail anytime soon, folks. He's been remanded according to New officials. He's in the same confinement as Mr. Jeffrey Epstein. There's some things that I wanted to see if I said what I said, has some comment, or Brother Lee has some comments on this. We're getting ready to lead up on 20 after the hour. You're listening to WKRA 92.7 on your FM dial. This is the Mac Man Morning Show. I'm James Mack, your host. I'm here with our wonderful panel this morning. Our chief correspondent, I said what I said, and our senior contributor, Brother Lee, who has a wonderful feature that he's going to talk about. Lee going to make somebody laugh, make us all laugh. We're working on some things, but he has a great insight into entertainment. We'll be back after these messages. We're not going back, folks.
America, we are not going back. We are not going back. We are not going back.
I don't know about you, but I'm not going back. If you're not going back, vote Diane Black. Again, if you're not going back, vote Diane Black for U.S. Representative, 1st Congressional District of Mississippi, November 5th, 2024. Vote Diane Black.
Paid for by friends of Diane Black.
If your locks ain't right and your twist is on limp, you know. Get over to Keisha Studio. Specialized in locks, natural hair, and extensions. When your hair needs that special attention, make Keisha Studios your next decision. Located 3964 Goodman Road E, Suite 122 in South Haven, Mississippi. Call 901-650-9487 for your appointment at Keisha Studios. You know.
Attention WKRA listeners, if you would like to advertise on the MacMan Morning Show, please leave a message at macmedia3@gmail.com.
And we're back. This is WKRA 92.7 on your FM dial. This is the MacMan Morning Show, WKRA 92.7 on your FM dial. The MacMan Morning Show. I'm James Mack, your host. So we're here with our panel. This morning we have I Said What I Said, and Brother Lee is here. And we were discussing before we left for break. We were discussing I was saying something about the court bond hearing that was going on yesterday with Mr. P. Diddy. And from what I hear, and even the commentators and legal analysts are telling us, I said what I said, and Brother Lee, that this brother's in some trouble. I mean, he offered $50 million in bond securities to get him out of jail, and they still said no. They still said no. How in the world? What in the world is going on? You mean tell me they didn't take that $50 million? Now, if he'd have ran, they just had that $50 million. He'd have probably been down on the island with Russell Simmons. You know, Russell Simmons has been hiding out on the island somewhere because of the allegations, the strong allegations against him. And they visited one another. And I don't know whether he might not have told his buddy, "Hey man, you need to come here if you know what's going on." What's really happening? What information do you have or comment that you have, Brother Lee? And I mean, Sister I Said What I Said, and Brother Lee, what do you all think about this latest situation with the P. Diddler?
Well, James, what they tell us is your money can't buy it. You know, your freedom sometimes. Sometimes you've done too much, and they really want you instead of your money. And so look like he's going to have to face these allegations. Don't look like, you know, they want his money. And they also know, like you said, you know, if they do let him out, more than likely he probably would try to flee to another country that doesn't have extradition like Russell Simmons did. So they don't want to see that play, that they don't want to see that tune play again. So they're going to keep him in there. But if I was him, I would be leery about being in that cell where Epstein was at, because we know what happened to him.
Yeah, well, he is on suicide watch. We got that much from everybody, of course, because he's been a high-profile individual. He's subject to they're going to have to watch. I would be very leery if something happened, God forbid, to this young man while he was incarcerated or in custody, because that would cause a heck of a whirlwind. And also, I've been informed that he's on suicide watch. Oh yeah, they watching him, because if $50 million couldn't get you out of jail, Brother Lee, what's the problem with that? Now this man got the money, and he's got the dough. What's going on with him, Brother Lee? He can't get out with his $50 million.
Well, let me say first, great day to everyone. And then let's get into this thing about P. Diddy, and we'll talk about Epstein just briefly. Epstein was on suicide watch, and he's not here anymore. So suicide watch doesn't mean a whole lot. Epstein has maybe 10 times the money as P. Diddy has, maybe even more. And his suicide protection did not help him. So, and then let's look deeper at this P. Diddy thing. Let's look a little closer. Here's the thing. The man has lawyers on top of lawyers, but he still did not leave the country. He could have left the country at any time. and did like you just said. Russell Simmons is gone. He's in Bali, I think, somewhere. I saw him on some YouTube channel where he was pretty happy, seemed very happy there. The thing is that we think by the information that we're giving that it's an open and shut case. No, by no stretch of the imagination. I'm not an attorney, and I don't work in the law office of any sort. But listen, I was thinking about this, and I was looking at the facts here. He has a buffer. He has a buffer that protects him. And what I mean by that is he has assistants. He has assistants of assistants. He has interns. Do you think P. Diddy made those phone calls to those guests, those underage people, that to come to his parties? No, he did not make the phone calls. His assistants of his assistants made that phone calls, and he can say he had no knowledge of that. And the fact that is that when you get a +1 or a +2 at a party or an event or a wedding, you don't know who the guests are going to be. He has deniability. See, we're looking at this too close. We got to pull back the layers here. This man has the deniability. It's built in. And he can say he had no knowledge of these people being there, their ages, and he could possibly be correct. So when we say, oh, they got him, it's open and shut, it's by no means no close to being open and shut. This man could walk out of a jail cell at any time if he has the right lawyer doing the right things. He's merely under indictment. Indictment does not mean he's in trial. He's going to trial. That means they got to gather enough evidence to then go to trial. They just put up an indictment just to hold him until they get the evidence together to then go to trial. So let's not say things that we don't really fully understand. And the thing is, this man is not by no means in prison. It's not open and shut. Don't be surprised if he walks. So let's look a little closer and pull back these layers on this onion. That's what I have to say.
So do you think, Lee, that he had, with all the evidence and all the things that he has against him, that he is going to get off? You think that you think that there's a chance that he could possibly get off? I'm just saying. I'm not saying that he's no guiltier than anybody else.
No.
Okay.
We're not talking about his guilt or innocence here. We're talking about deniability. He definitely can't. Listen, when you have an assistant and you got interns that are doing things for you, and you give them a general purpose to do something, and they go beyond what you told them to do, and you're not aware of that until it's done. And he has deniability. He clearly has deniability. If you tell somebody to go get you a sandwich and they stole the sandwich and brought it to you, and you did not know they stole it, well, then you have deniability. You merely told them to go get you a sandwich. You didn't tell them to steal the sandwich. You know, and it's just like you told them to bring you some guests. You didn't tell them to bring you underage guests. So he has deniability.
Deniability is one thing.
Well, see, we can't find guilt.
Yeah. Go ahead, Lee.
We can't put guilt on somebody just because the government has arrested you. How many black folks are in prison just because they've been arrested? So we can't look at how much evidence they say they have against them. We didn't see any paperwork. We're going on assumptions. We can't keep doing it. We of all people cannot convict somebody just because the government says that you should. You know, we can't act.
But we're not convicting them. I'm asking, why are they not letting him out on bond? Is what I'm asking.
Hey, ask 95% of the black folks why they didn't get let out on bond. Ask your family members why they didn't get let out on bond, and they didn't have enough information, enough evidence. So we of all people, we know better than anybody. They keep us with no evidence. So we can't say we're not them. We got to stop speaking like them, because we're not held at the same standards that they are. That's what I have to say.
Go ahead. I said what I said. I'm listening. Go ahead, y'all.
No, I was just trying to answer the question, because you said, why they didn't let him out on bond. And so that's what I'm not saying he's innocent or guilty. I'm just trying to figure out why his $50 million couldn't get him out on bond, because even people that's did some horrific crimes, you know, they all still get a bond, but they,
No.
for whatever reason, they don't want to give Puffy a bond. And a lot of our people are, you know, locked up, you know, because they can't get, the bond is so high, they don't have the money to get out. But this guy has the money, so that's
look at Bill. Listen, look at Bill Cosby. He got $1 billion. He was locked up, but now he's out. So
no, he ain't. No, I don't think he is. He out?
Bill Cosby is out of jail. He's out.
I didn't know Bill Cosby. Wait a minute, hold it. He's out of jail? Really?
Yes, Bill Cosby is out. Bill Cosby is out, and he had over 30 witnesses telling him that he drugged them and all of these things. This man is out of jail. So don't look at the fact that the government says that he should be in, or this person should be in prison, and we got evidence. And the fact that they said it's $50 million, this tells you what $50 million can do to a black person. It does nothing.
That's what I wanted to know. I want to know.
It's not your money. It's not your money. It's not your money. Don't look at the amount of money that you got because you're black and said money should now change your color. No matter how high you go up, you still gonna be who you are to them. They see a color. So that's what we got to recognize. We can't constantly look at ourselves as one of them once we get a certain amount of money. This is a lesson to all of us. No matter how much money you got, you still are not one of them. Now, he's been told to fall on that sword. You think this thing is about him? He's the top of that layer? No. Let me tell you. There are powers that be that is not the color that he is that put this thing together. What do you think he got $1 billion to start a record company? Come on now, this man was fired from a record company. He was assistant. I mean, he had no real high status at that record company. They let him go. They didn't let him go. They fired him. And you think that he could raise $1 billion to start his own record company? Come on, somebody put money in his pockets that's not the same color as him, put him in a position, they worked him like a puppet. He's a puppet. We want to say, hey, you know, Puffy is such a mogul and everything. This man is no mogul. Come on, let's look at things the way they are. This man is not a mogul. He's a puppet. He was always a puppet. He was a shield for the lights for the Caucasians. When they wanted to throw a party, he got the people together. He got the black women in the party. Listen, they love white old men love them a black sister. They love that slave mentality, and he can get those black sisters to those parties, and he can get the white guys in there in and out through these trap doors and these secret passageways and everything. So that's why that's his valuable. His value was the fact that he can get these women there, these black women, and these white men love these black women.
Now that make more sense. That make more sense when you said he think, you know, that make more sense when you said his money doesn't mean anything because of the color of his skin. Now that's what I was thinking. He got too high up on his horse and he thought he was untouchable. And a lot of people with money, with the, you know, people of color, sometimes they get too high up and thinking, you know, that they're untouchable, and they are touchable.
Yes, exactly. And we thinking that this is their country. They put this country in a place where they wanted it to be. Until we realize that we can make some changes, some real changes here. You know, we understand that we have rights, and we think that we have the rights that they gave us. Period. Face it. Until we change these laws, they'll be our rights. But it's the rights that they give us until they take them away. You know, we say it's in the Constitution. That's their Constitution. That's their Bill of Rights. You know, we talk about like we was right there when they wrote it. No, we was on the plantation. We wasn't allowed to read unless we read. If we read a book, a page, a letter, a strip of sentence, we would be castrated, burned at the stake. we'd be hung, we'd be done all of
Lord,
that stuff. So
yeah.
don't act like we was at that table with George Washington and Franklin and everybody. You know, we weren't there. When the people ran out of that office and said they wrote the Declaration of Independence, they ran out of there and the white folks was cheering. We was not cheering. We was on the plantation. Them rights didn't mean anything to us. Talking about all people are created people equal. All white men are created equal. You know, they didn't even think of women, white women. And when we marched with the white women, when black women marched with the white women and said, we gonna get the right to vote. No, you gonna get the white women the right to vote, because we still couldn't vote even after they got it. Because we had to have our own bill, our own laws passed so we could get the right to vote in the 60s. So let's not act like we was a part of anything judicial, like we was a part of anything written for us. We had no rights whatsoever. So we were not a part of something. Let's wake up and smell that coffee or that tea, whatever you drinking. That's what I got to say.
I'm drinking tea this morning. You listening to WKRA 92.7 on your FM dial. This is the Mac Man Morning Show. I am here with our wonderful panel. I said what I said, Chief Correspondent and Senior Contributor, Brother Lee, and it's lit today. I have an update that I need to give also on a story that we did on yesterday. Was about, I'm so sorry, forgive me, that we were working on yesterday. But then, like I said, this is kind of interesting. $50 million this man put. He shouldn't have told him he had that much money. Now, if you tell them folks, hey, I'm gonna give you $50 million, you let me go. If I can give you $50 million, that means I got a whole lot of other millions left that I can get out of the country. I'm leaving. If they let P. Diddy go, he ain't coming back. I don't believe that. I just don't believe that he's gonna come back. Yes, logic says, we have been buked and scorned, but then, as one of our great listeners say, that we cannot. What does that have to do with the humans doing what they do? Who are we? This man was created this way. He did these things. I mean, he is alleged accordingly that he did these things or was the mastermind. And as Brother Lee was saying, when they want to get certain people, the young folks of either persuasion, male or female, and these things happening, money talks. Okay, this man was spending all kinds of money and do strange things for some change some people did. Now everybody's going to come out of the woodwork. That doesn't excuse what he did. Nothing excuses what he's allegedly doing. Go ahead, Lee.
And I would like to say, look, I'm not taking up for P. Diddy. No, I'm not excusing his behavior. No, by no stretch of the imagination. But I'm letting you know how things are. When we say, oh, let's not let P. Diddy get away, I'm not trying to let him get away with anything. Just like you're not trying to let the pervert down the street get away with something when he snatches kids. He should not get away. There's no getaway with like R. Kelly. He's in jail right now. So I mean, the thing is, I'm just laying it out for you that the powers that be creates another P. Diddy out there. You think he's the only one? You think that these people are going to this exclusive party that's only created by P. Diddy? Man, they going to hundreds of parties created by hundreds of P. Diddy's. He's the only one they caught. He's the only one they put out there. Not caught. They saved him for later and put him out there. Not to say that he shouldn't get all his accountability. But no, there's plenty of P. Diddy's out there. People like, oh, I'm appalled. Look, if you're looking for one, if you see one roach, you're going to see 100 roaches under the couch. So that's the thing we got to look at. Listen, we ain't talking about getting away with anything. We're not talking about none of that. We're talking about the powers that be and what's going on in that kind of show business and that kind of lifestyle. It's things that's happening out here. Are you appalled that they left Weinstein is still out here? So I didn't hear anybody say anything about that. He said that he caught the COVID and he can't stay in jail and they let him out. So Where's all the outrage about that? I mean, you know, Donald Trump's running around grabbing people's on the coochie. Where's all the outrage about that? And he's saying it's okay. So he's telling millions, if billions of people around the world, it's okay to grab a woman's coochie. You know, but where's the outrage about that? And he said, I could shoot one of you black folks on and Times Square, and nothing will be done. Where the outrage about that? And he was the president. So people telling you the president, and he said he'd like to be a dictator for a day. You know what a dictator can do in a day? He can kill 1 billion people. He can say, I could drop the bomb on a town. That has been done before. Look it up in Philadelphia. So he said he could, if he don't like you, he could drop a bomb on your neighborhood because he's a dictator for a day. He could do a lot of damage in a day. People say, well, how much damage can he do in a day? He could do a lot. He could destroy a whole community, a whole town, a whole state, a whole country. That's what I like to say.
Well, interesting analogy about what's going on. We're just keeping our keeping our ears and our eyes open to see what's going to happen. As you say, there are some high-profile people that have gotten away with things. And then somebody say I didn't know. I was slow. I must be slow because I thought Bill Cosby was still in jail. I swear I did. I mean, forgive me, y'all. I'm really I got to sharpen my news skills and everything. But I'm grateful. I don't know. I don't condone any kind of acts like this. I know that you all don't in the chat and everywhere that's listening to us. There's some real strange weirdos and some real strange things going on. Even with our people, I'm not even surprised that, like I said, with money and power and things that people will do to be famous, it makes you nervous. You know, we all at one time wanted to be a celebrity at one time, but look at what it takes to the payment that you got to make to get to the top like this. Now, this is just him. Imagine if they go way back and just try to figure out or see how things were done. The Motown era, there was a whole lot of things said about the Motown era, the things we didn't hear before social media. So we're going to keep our eyes on that. Listen, I have an update on a story that I did on yesterday that I'd like to inform all of you. There has been some movement with the situation that they had, the threats at the school. Somebody had called threats into the school. Well, let me inform you, and our partners over at News Channel 3 gave us this information that a felony warrant has been obtained against a 15-year-old in connection with threats that was made Wednesday at Southwind High School. The sheriff of Shelby County, Floyd Bonner, says that the teen lives in Nashville, and detectives in Nashville have the teen in custody, and they are now transporting him to Memphis for juvenile custody. It is also said that he has reportedly made several threatening calls to schools Wednesday morning and posted threatening notes on social media about unaliving people inside the school. More than 50 deputies responded to Southwind, according to Sheriff Bonner, and a series of threats which school district officials said begin with the Southwind incident, spread to other schools district-wide. They said at least 12 other schools. I brought that up because here it is. This young person lives miles away in the capital city of Nashville, and this comes up. This kid does what he does as far as making threatening calls and not knowing, and that should tell people they're watching your social media. People are watching, they're observing what you're doing, and they found this young man. I don't know how, by hook or crook, they found this young man, but we got a little let me take you back a little bit to what happened on that particular day. Stand by, y'all.
WRG's Brian Didlake joins us live from Southwind High School. And Brian, you've been talking with students and families about these threats. What are they telling you? This has to really be a mix of scary and frustrating.
Shay, you talk about an emotional state. I graduated from this high school. This is my high school. I walked these halls just like these students did, and I can tell you the parents here were emotional. I want to zoom into Southwind High School real quick. The parking lot is empty, but that wasn't the case 20 minutes ago where you saw parents frantic to find their child. I have to say, while people I spoke with say they were worried about their child's safety, they were also more concerned about how the district handled communications. Just after school started this morning, Memphis Shelby County Schools say Southwind High School received multiple threats, placing the school on lockdown. Parents tell me a social media post soon followed showing a firearm with threats aimed at the school. The Shelby County Sheriff's Office on scene investigating the threat, also locking down other schools like nearby Germantown High School. The district sending out this message as kids were being dismissed. It says in part, MSCS is in cooperation with law enforcement who are actively investigating today's events. As the investigation continues, we no longer see an immediate threat. Youth care, after school care, and all after school activities will be canceled today. We talked to one sister picking up her brother who says today's events hit too close to home.
I was terrified.
Talk to me about that.
My former school in Baltimore, Joppatown, just got shot up and a boy died. And I just keep thinking of my brother because he's 14, he has dreams, and I just want the best for him.
Yeah, we kept seeing stuff on Instagram about them posting, saying stuff like they're going to shoot up the school and putting us in danger. But I just kept praying to God, and just by the grace of God, we were all safe.
As you heard, there were heavy emotions here today. Coming up at 5, hear from families who say that they didn't get communications from the district until after the threat was announced to students. We're live here in Shelby County. Brian Didlake for your news leader, WREG News Channel 3.
Understandably a tense situation there, Brian.
And we want to thank our partners over at News Channel 3 for that footage. Also, I wanted to inform you that this young man, we don't know right now whether he will be charged as an adult. There were several tie-ups with emergency services. They were concentrating on, imagine 11 or 12 schools having the same alert at the same time. You got to usher in the resources from everywhere had to come in because they just did not know. And you understand and find out it's a hoax and these kids are doing what they do. But this was the update. They do have the young man in custody, and he is waiting to come here to come there to Shelby County to face justice. I didn't put that out there for judgment's sake, because sometimes people say you always judging folks or something. Nobody's ever said that to me, but I don't want that to be so. We have to be concerned about what's going on with these children. And it's amazing, even if it was a grown person or somebody that was an adult. This is serious business when you have to take off of work. Parents had to take off work, and people have to scramble to try to figure out already in a tense situation about schools and have to deal with this. And our kids got nothing better to do but to do what they're doing. We don't know what's going on in these rooms, or you closing doors. I couldn't close my room door, and my mother said, "This is my house, and I run this here. You don't close the door. You don't do nothing and be creeping and sneaking." And which she was right. That was her home. She kept an eye on us. We couldn't. You might have thought you snuck company in. She knew exactly what was going on because somebody else saw the person that somebody was sneaking in the house. Y'all know I ain't talking. I'm telling the truth. Y'all know y'all had unauthorized company in your house and all those other things. And we got to make sure we were strictly raised. And I'm not saying that it's happening now, but there is some. And I'm not blaming the kids per se. I look at the parents too, and I just can't really blame parents either, because you had children raising children that the grandmothers had to raise the children. Y'all didn't get that. You had children by children raised by the grandmother. The grandmother has to raise the children and do things. And thank God for grandmothers that they do step in and with the wisdom and the knowledge that they have to help their children and their grandchildren. And this young man has to face the consequences. I don't know who he is. Somebody asked me what color it doesn't matter. It could be anybody. These things, kids are not afraid of the police these days. I was scared of the police. You talk about you're going to call the police on me, I'm going to have a fit. Please, I don't want to see him or whatever, because why? It was respect. Yeah, I was scared because I knew that there was jail and handcuffs and guns and things like that, but I respected that officer. Not today. It's not happening because there's some police officers, and I have police officers in my family, but there's some law enforcement people that don't act like true law enforcement officers, and there has to be a change all the way around. So I'm grateful that there were no incidents or casualties. You listening to WKRA 92.7 on your FM dial. This is the MacMan Morning Show. We're going to get ready to have our last commercial break, and then we're going to come back with I Said What I Said, and Brother Lee has something special he's going to share with us. Y'all saw the thumbnail. We're going to talk about what makes us laugh, or let's talk about the business of such. We're going to get ready to go, and we're getting ready to have our second commercial break. This is the MacMan Morning Show, 92.7 on your FM dial, WKRA.
If your locks ain't right and your twist is on limp, you know, get over to Keisha Studio. Specialized in locks, natural hair, and extensions. When your hair needs that special attention, make Keisha Studios your next decision. Located 3964 Goodman Road E, Suite 122 in South Haven, Mississippi. Call 901-650-9487 for your appointment at Keisha Studios. You know.
America, we are not going back. We are not going back. We are not going back.
I don't know about you, but I'm not going back. If you're not going back, vote Diane Black. Again, if you're not going back, vote Diane Black for U.S. Representative, 1st Congressional District of Mississippi. November 5th, 2024. Vote Diane Black.
Paid for by Friends of Diane Black.
Left, right, left, vote, left, right, left. Vote. Your mama, your daddy, they vote. Your sister, your brother, they vote. Your mama, your daddy, your sister, your brother, they need to get out and vote. Your mama, your daddy, they vote. Your sister, your brother, they vote. Your mama, your daddy, your sister, your brother, they need to get out and vote.
This is a call to all Americans. On November 5th, 2024, you have a chance to be heard. Make your voice known. Vote. It's your turn.
Attention WKRA listeners, if you would like to advertise on the MacMan Morning Show, please leave a message at macmedia3@gmail.com.
And we're back. This is the MacMan Morning Show on WKRA 92.7 on your FM dial. We are happy to have our wonderful friends and sponsors. We thank Keisha Studios. We thank Diane Black. We're working on Miss Diane Black. There's a technical issue that we've been having, and we're going to straighten it up. We'd like to say good morning to her, the future Congresswoman of the 1st Congressional District of the state of Mississippi. We got to get her there, folks. You got to get up get your registration done, and vote. We're going to be ramping up our election coverage real soon. We got less than 7 weeks before this election, so we want to get up and get out and exercise our right to vote. We got it. We better use it while we can to do what we have to do. Listen, Brother Red, Little Red, I talked to him earlier in the week. He's very pleased with Dr. J's production of that ad for him. Red came through for us when we had no sponsorships. Nobody came in, and we're just grateful for the ones that have come in and been a part of our family. We're real grateful, and we're working on things. But listen, he has a good show going on this morning. I mean, not this morning, but today. Lucius Spiller, the Lucius Spiller band is going to be there tonight. I mean, no, Big A. Big Anthony is going to be there. Sherrod and the All Stars are going to be there tonight and tomorrow. Mark Mewman and Massey is going to be there. And then there's some other things that are going to be coming up next week. The teachers are having a wonderful event there at Fred's. On Thursday, I think the 26th, there will be teacher appreciation. I'm going to talk to you about that a little bit more on next week. Yeah, when you hear that Red's commercial, it makes you want to, folks talking about jumping on planes and carrying on going on over there at Red's Blues Lounge on Sunflower Boulevard. We want to thank him. Also, now we're getting ready for our national report. We're doing something a little bit different that usually our chief correspondent, I said what I said, would have this segment. But today we have our senior contributor also, as I said what I said, brings him in. Brother D has something real interesting he wants to talk to you all about. Listen, if you ever been in a comedy club and you heard some of the funniest people in the world like I have, I didn't get a chance to see the real greats other than Red Fox. I did see Red Fox. I'll tell you how old I am. Almost. Red Fox, I've seen him. I didn't get a chance to see Eddie Murphy and all the rest of the greats, but I saw Bernie Mac. He was the funniest. Oh, you talking about hurting next to they're greats that we've had, but we have someone in our midst, and in our midst that has that opportunity to go into that realm. And at this time, our national report, I'm going to bring, I said what I said, our chief correspondent to bring on our feature and our feature presenter. I said what I said.
Well, thank you, James. And I am proud to introduce my friend, my co-host, and really we see one side of him because he's very knowledgeable about all the subjects that we talk about. But now we get to see another side of Lee, and I am very happy and proud to listen to this segment. And so today we're going to have Lee. He's going to give us his presentation today. And Lee, you have the floor.
Well, thank you, Sister Said what I said, and Brother James. Mac, I just like to say, proud to be here, glad to be here, glad to be alive, you know. The thing is about, I do other things. I run a business and everything. But the thing I do is I do comedy, I do stand up. I've been doing it a few years now, not many, but it was something that I had an itch for that I just felt I had to get out there to see what was going on and see if it was something I really wanted to do. I have a bucket list, if you want to call it that. I have things that I want to do and explore. And one of the things that I wanted to do was jump out of a plane. And I was afraid of heights. I didn't even like getting on roller coasters, merry-go-rounds, or even a swing set. But I would get out there, and I planned one day to go, and I decided I'd go, and I asked my kids to go with me, and my nieces and nephews, and About 4 of us went, and it was my idea. I thought it was I didn't think too much about it. So one day we decided to go about a few years ago, and they agreed to go with me. As crazy as it sounds, they agreed to go with me. We went to this airport where they had this, skydiving thing going on. It was a skydiving class, and you pay a certain amount of money, a few, $100 or so to get into a plane and strap yourself to a parachute. And it seemed like fun and games when you're putting the parachute on and you're on the ground, and everybody's having a good time. We laughing and joking. It seems like a lot of fun. And it stopped seeming like fun. When the plane rolls up on the tarp, and you don't think much about it. You just get in. Everybody gets in, and it still seems like it's going to be a nice roller coaster ride. You get in the plane, and everybody's telling jokes, and everybody's laughing, and you get inside the plane, and the plane takes off, and you're still telling jokes. Everybody's still having a great time, and then you get up there. The plane is up there. And they pull those doors back, and everybody's quiet. You could hear a pin drop, and you could see the clouds below. And now you're thinking, what was I thinking? It's the craziest thing. You're thinking, I have made the biggest mistake in my life. It seems like fun when you watch it on TV and you see it. You say, well, it seems pretty easy. When you're up there, and it's real, and them doors open, and you see those clouds out there. You got somebody attached to you too. You got an instructor attached to you. You're not doing a jump by yourself, but he's attached to you, and he's asking who wants to go first, and everybody's quiet, and everybody's saying this is the craziest thing they've ever done. And I volunteered to go first because it was my dumb idea, and so we scoot near the door, and your feet are dangling out, and the clouds are down below, and you're saying, dang, what was I thinking? This is just the stupidest thing. And then you jump. And before you jump now, they tell you that they give you this watch. It's a watch that can tell you about the altitude and when you should pull the cord to open your parachute. And he told me that it was a certain amount of feet that you had to be. You couldn't pull it before then, because I guess it would interfere with the plane. So, so we jump. I jump, and he tells me, he jumps. He says, "Look, there's your car down there." I said, "I don't want to see any car. I don't want to see anything. I just want to go down." And he says, it's time to pull the cord. I said, but you told me not to pull the cord until it gets to a certain amount of feet. He said, pull the cord. I said, but you told me not to pull the cord. And he got so scared, he pulled the cord. And, finally I made it down, and I thought it was the craziest thing I've ever done. So that was some crazy stuff right there. That was on my bucket list. And I had a fear of heights. But to get back to comedy, the thing is, that was part of comedy. That's where your comedy comes from, your experience and the things that you see. And people have been laughing for thousands of years. They've had somebody come out and do something funny for them, or fall out of a tree or something like that, and they would laugh, and they say, hey, and laughter is something that kind of gets you going, and it takes your mind off of whatever problems that you may have. And I've always liked comedy. I've always liked comics, all kinds, all colors, all shapes, all sizes. It didn't matter what color they was. If they were telling something funny, I wanted to hear it. And the thing about I used to work at this corporation that was everybody was white, and we would have meetings on Wednesdays. And they like to tell jokes after the meetings, but I tell them, I say, I don't care how racist your joke is, but make sure your joke is funny. And I don't have a problem with racist jokes or any kind of joke as long as it's funny. And if it's funny, it comes from a different place. But you could tell if it's
Okay, y'all. Guess Lee is having some technical difficulties. Okay, y'all. Guess Lee is having some technical difficulties.
Yeah, he's back.
Yeah,
Sounds like back. Sounds like he's back. I guess not. Okay, this is WKRA.
So maybe everybody's having difficulties.
Okay, can anybody hear me?
Something's going on. Everybody is telling at this point.
Okay. Stand by, everybody. You're listening to WKRA 92.7 on F dial. Let's try to straighten this out quick. Just do something real quick. I never had this to happen. Stand by, everybody. Stand by. You listen to WKRA 90.7 on your dial.
Left, right, left, left, right, left. Your mama, your daddy, they vote. Your sister, your brother, they vote. Your mama, your daddy, your sister, your brother, they need to get out and vote. Your mama, your daddy, they vote. Your sister, your brother, they vote. Your mama, your daddy, your sister, your brother, they need to get out and vote.
This is a call to all Americans. On November 5th, 2024, you have a chance to be heard. Make your voice known. Vote. It's your turn.
If your locks ain't right and your twist is on limp, you know. Get over to Keisha Studio. Specialized in locks, natural hair, and extensions. When your hair needs that special attention, make Keisha Studios your next decision. Located 3964 Goodman Road E, Suite 122 in South Haven, Mississippi. Call 901-650-9487 for your appointment at Keisha Studios. You know.
And we're back. I got a cold real bad.
Why don't you try without your headset?
Yeah. Let me do that. Second. One more.
America, we are not going back. We are not going back. We are not going back.
I don't know about you, but I'm not going back. If you're not going back, vote Diane Black. Again, if you're not going back, vote Diane Black for U.S. Representative, 1st Congressional District of Mississippi. November 5th, 2024. Vote Diane Black.
Paid for by friends of Diane Black.
Okay, we're back on the. Okay. I am. I'm back. Jesus.
Attention WKRA listeners, if you would like to advertise on the MacMan Morning Show, please leave a message at macmedia3@gmail.com.
We're back on WKRA 82. I'm getting a horrible feedback. Somebody knocked me out.
Yeah, that sounds better now, James. Everybody sound better.
Okay. Listen, this is WKRA 92.7 on your FM dial. This is the MacMan Morning Show. Something just, I don't know, somebody mad at us or something like that. It's not the station. Don't y'all go be blaming the station. We just had to do some hook around. I don't know what in the world happened. Listen, Brother Lee was explaining and talking. I know he has just a little bit of time. Brother Lee, just go ahead and we're going to bring your segment back on next week so that we can fix what was apparently the gremlins must have gotten inside of. But go ahead while we got this little time now. Everybody in our chat, do you hear us? Tell us how we're doing and that you hear the video if the audio is coming in. Also, WKRA, you can give us a check too. You know how you can check us if we're coming in loud and clear. Let us know. Go ahead, Brother Lee.
Yes, I don't know where I left off at because I got cut off. But I just say this about comedy: it's an adrenaline rush. I mean, people are terrified to think that they can get up there on stage. But I'm gonna tell you something. For me, I'm nervous every time before I go up there. I think that's just the way it is. Maybe eventually I will feel like home, but everybody says they're nervous when they go up there. I mean, but the difference is in I tell misdirection jokes. My jokes you may think they're going one way, but they go another way. I take you to a place and then I take you somewhere else where you never thought you would go. I like to do that every now and then. I could give you an example, but you'd have to see the whole version of it. I mean, I think Brother Jane will put it on where you can see.
We're going to get it together, Lee, for you this weekend. We're going to be working on some things. I'm just, you've been in the comedy game a little bit, and we're going to work on, there's something that he does a bit called The Committee. For those of you that have heard him, I know you heard him. I said what I said. What did you think about, what you think about what you heard Brother Lee the first time?
It's a total different side of Lee, you guys, and you will love it. Lee is very, very funny, and I thoroughly enjoyed listening to him. And he's absolutely right. He started the joke out one way, and he take you to a whole different direction that you didn't even think it was going to go in. But yeah, he's absolutely the best to me. I would love to just see him do.
Thank you.
Yeah, I would love to see you do like a 30-minute set.
I would love to do one.
Yeah, I would love to see that because I think I would just be falling out my chair because I love comedy also. I really do.
Yeah, well, we need to do that. We need to get together, and we're going to give Lee a special, doing it next week, get it together so you all can hear the act. You can hear him because you'll be in stitches. I guarantee you will be. And you'll know that even with, you'll be very surprised at the remarkable persons that comics are. Look at Cat Williams. Now, minus from being a prophet of some sort, everybody trying to call him because he called out and said that people were going to get called out. He's one of the funniest people in the world. You got to have some kind of style. It ain't for me. I know I say some stupid stuff sometimes, some crazy things. I don't want to say stupid, but crazy things sometimes. But Lee has a knack for doing what he do. Lee, what are some of the pitfalls about comedy? I heard that you had a situation going on there with management and things like that. Give us just a brief, something brief during these last couple of minutes about what's going on behind the scenes.
Well, the thing is, before the comedy set starts, they tell everybody, look, you can say whatever you want. You can pretty much, there's nothing that you can't say. They say these things at each comedy club. They said if you don't like it, you can always leave. But apparently, when they told me that, they told me that I could say anything I wanted, but apparently I couldn't because they banned me.
Oh no! Wait a minute! Hold it! Why they ban? What you do? What you do to the people?
I don't know. They wouldn't tell me. They sent it to me in an email and told me never to come back there again.
Lee, what you do to the people? What you do?
I don't know. The crowd was I'd say 99.9% Caucasian, and they laughed at the joke. They thought it was extremely funny, but I guess the owner didn't like it, and they banned me. I can't tell you the joke on the air, but.
Well, we got it, and I think we got it. We're gonna work it out where we're gonna put an edited version. Dr. J is gonna work with it and make sure that we get the edited version of what you said. I want to know what you said to these folks, make them put you out the house. I mean, put you out the door, man. What's happening, Lee? With you, brother?
What did you say? What you say, Lee? What did you tell them?
I can't say it, but I told them how they act, how they feel. And they agreed with me. They feel this way, and they thought it was funny. And I told them how they would feel when they get home. And the thing, it's just I can't say.
We gonna find out what you said. I got to find out what you said, man. I got to find out.
I do know this one thing though. Most comics are very world versed, and they like to. I like comics like Lee because they tell you the real, but they also make it a joke. And maybe somebody got offended because you got too real with them, Lee.
Yeah, you're right about that. That's how it was. It was real.
Oh,
they
Lord.
laughed, and then I got banned.
I want to know what you said. Something, boy. You just set somebody off now.
Okay. I did several jokes like that. That following week, I did something else that was they took them to a place where they were very quiet, and then they ended up somewhere else where they thought it was very funny. And they were very self-confident about it, in the beginning, and then they laughed hard in the end. I can't say what it was. I can't say.
Well, we're gonna tell you. We're gonna tell you. We gonna find. We got the tape. Y'all don't think we got? We got the video, and we're going to show it next week. We're gonna do a special. Lee special. That's what we're gonna call it. I said what I said. We're gonna call it Miss Brother Lee special. Boy, y'all ain't heard nothing. James is gonna hook it up. We ain't gonna do too much damage, but there's some things that we can't distribute on the radio. Listen, we're at 19 after. We're getting ready to go, folks. Brother Lee, I got you covered for next week. Me and I said what I said. I know y'all gonna holler when y'all hear this. But listen, this is James Mack. I'm the Mac Man, and this has been a good week, a good, wonderful week that we have had. I said what I said, and to Brother Lee, y'all had done wonderful with your series, and Brother Lee, we're gonna hook you up with this comedy special. Y'all got to hear this. I'm James Mack. Listen, be good to each other. Love somebody. Have a wonderful weekend, a safe weekend. Meet me in Walls, Mississippi for Walls Festival over there on Saturday. I'll come and say hi to me. I'll try to have my WKRA shirt on. We're trying to get our t-shirts, but I'm going to represent WKRA when I go. To everyone at the MacMan Media Productions 3, our executive director, Dr. J, to our chief contributor and chief correspondent, I said what I said, Brother Lee, our chief commentator, and all around just buddy of ours, and to everyone behind the scenes. This is James Mack signing off. See you on next week. This is MacMan Morning Show. Here, let me.
It's the MacMan Morning Show. 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 Sitting at home when you're in your car. It's the MacMan Morning Show. No matter if you